Yeah, okay, so just click invite there. Must have gone through the whole list. Yeah, no need to do a post for
No
that.
thanks?
Just, yeah, no thanks.
There you go.
Okay, now hopefully those should grow that following from 3. So I think I just noticed I wasn't following yet. I'll do that. Just while I remember. And then we're going to show him how to invite connections next.
Yep.
To so I'm sure you're already aware that do you connect with a lot of people on through BNI on LinkedIn?
Oh,
You do?
well, yeah, kind of. Yes, probably more than most of the people I connect with on LinkedIn are BNI people.
Yep. So you can do the same whenever you get sort of visitors coming to your chapter as well, just to make sure that you try and stay in contact with them as well. And you can grow your following.
Yep.
But we'll show you another way to do it. So what area did you say you're in? You're in Baronia?
Yep.
Is that Whittlesea by any chance?
What's
No.
yeah?
No, Baronia is Dandenong Ranges. Bottom of the foothills.
Okay. So maybe do a search for Dandenong Rangers Council. Do you reckon, Adrian?
Yep.
Knox Council.
What's the council? Do you know?
Knox.
Oh, Knox Council. Yeah, okay. It's one of the first things we normally do is just check and follow the count. Find the council that you're in. So Knox City Council. So in the search up the top.
Yep. Knox City Council.
Yep.
That one.
Yep. Probably follow that yourself, and then just view the page.
So just hit follow.
Yep. Then we're going to view the page and see if we could find. Often there's employees, but you can hit people underneath it. So scroll up a little bit. It's got people, and see how it's got employees. Click on show more, maybe where it says. I don't know if that show more is going to actually just show graphs, or whether it's going to show more employees. No, maybe it's just more graphs. So the people below should be the employees, I hope. So if you scroll down, so these, but what we're looking for here is, I mean, you could have people in buildings. So that person there, coordinator construction, probably looks like the sort of person you maybe should connect with. So, but we're always going to add a note. So you're just going to hit that, connect.
So just connect.
Yeah, it'll say add a note. Yeah, and then you're going to go add a note. And you just say, hi, Nathan, comma, I run a local construction business. Even if you go full stop, in Baronia, yep, full stop, it would be good to connect. Kind regards, Doug, or cheers, Doug. Thanks, Doug. Yeah, and just copy that before you hit send, just so because we'll use it for a few other people. We're going to use it for sort of economic development people and that sort of stuff too, if we can find them as well. Yeah. The trick is, as soon as you write the person's name, and even if you just go, hi, Nathan, let's connect, most likely they'd still connect because at least you personalized it.
Yeah.
So, but the fact is you're telling them a little bit about what you do and the fact that you're local. So they're, again, so that business development lady, Linda, she'd be a good one probably.
Add note.
Yep. Same thing. So, hi, Linda.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll just continue.
What about Nick, assistant landscape officer?
Whereabouts? This one, Nick Wong.
Yeah, since it's got, see how it's got message. So what you'd want to do in this case is you want to click on Nick's name, and then click on more, and then connect, and then you do the same thing. Yep, send. And now you can just click back to go back to where we were before. What about Wayne, project manager, city council?
So again, click on his name because it says message.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, s- so if
Yep.
you start to get to the point where you feel like you've exhausted that sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
because this sort of stuff will make a little note. It's sort of the homework stuff that you can do when you feel like, oh, what am I, I can't be stuffed looking at other stuff. I'm just going
Yep.
to put my feet up for a minute and maybe do a little bit of connecting or whatever. You know what I mean? It's sort of
Yeah.
end of the
No,
day,
I
or
get
even
it.
if you're watching the cricket, the footy, whatever it might well be, this sort
Yep.
of stuff is the sort of thing you could be doing, albeit
Yep.
that. Yeah, so particularly when we get to B2B. So I don't know. So similarly, you could do, count if there's Casey Council or other councils that you work with. But
Yep.
the other thing is, I wonder whether there's industry people as well. So like architects, we mentioned uh, what's her name before? She's a
Darling.
designer, isn't she? Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. So one's like Dali, but if you put in search and you put in the word architect, I don't know if architects are good referrals for you. What, is there sort of particular types of people that are good
Yeah.
referrals for you? Are they? I imagine they are. Architect. Yeah. Okay, that looks right. Yeah.
Architectural services. Is that?
You click on that, and then what we'll do is like an advanced search. So then you'll be able to do is up the top. You'd click on people underneath where you've that part, and then you'd go locations. You'd do Melbourne, Greater Melbourne, yeah, Melbourne, yeah. And so even here, right? So see how instead of going follow, so principal, what's cloud and architect? No, that's so yeah. I guess it's a difference between solutions architect and
Yep.
then actual architect, right? So a lot of these ones look like there's an architect Jew as an architect down there, right? So, and as Adrian said before, if you've got to follow, you don't need to follow them. You just need to click on their name and then go backwards. And so, in other words, click and have a look at their profile,
Yep.
and then yes. So some of those ones that are building design. So Joseph, he looks like he'd be someone be worth connecting with, right?
We
So
hit connect
yeah, yeah,
and we
yeah,
add note
yeah,
and we go hi Joseph Control V
yeah.
send.
And that message is always pretty relevant for you. Um,
Yep.
so there's probably going to be squillions. The other thing you can do is up the top. See, it's got connections up the top. You just do you'd click second maybe only. Yeah, so second connections, and that sort of would bring it down. Maybe yeah, that word. It's funny how many come up where it's the software type architect.
Maybe because we've got architecture services, so it's searching for services as well.
Yeah, maybe just write the word architect and do enter. Just hit enter on that. still should be this. Yeah, there you go. So somebody like any of those ones, really.
Mm-hmm.
If, so clearly, the most powerful connection you can kind of have is the Doug to Julie to Jim type connection, right?
Yep.
And you understand that. So they're going to be connecting with you, not necessarily because of the company that you run, but because they like you, and they kind of want to know what you're doing and that sort of stuff. And if they're looking to extend their home and that sort of stuff, so that's a very strong connection. So the first thing is clearly. There's ways you can look up and connect with anybody. So often people pay for this sort of stuff, but you can see how easy it is without having to pay for a gold badge or whatever, right? You can just look
Yep.
people up, do a personal message, and it could be suppliers, it could be if you're involved in any sporting clubs or anything else. Clearly BNI people, you could go looking at all the other people in align type services that would help you, whether that's trades, that sort of stuff as well. And in fact,
Yep.
you could put any trade in there, right? So yeah, so make sure that you're sort of connected with all your BNI folks the way you'd want to be connected with. And yeah, so yeah, so as I said, you can kind of knock yourself out around that. The thing is that it shouldn't really be just about the first email. Whilst that's good, you're going to do a hi Jim or Julie, let's connect, and then once they have connect, then great, you can then invite them. But in a those ones you did at Knox City Council, and let's say it was a business and economic development person.
Yep.
Um, the next thing you might do with that sort of connection, and you don't do it within 24 hours necessarily. Again, it might just be something, oh, I wonder if that bloke from Knox connected with me. And then you might send them a message just to say, G'day, Jim. Thanks for connecting. Can you just point me in the right direction around, what sort of resources or grants, council offers local businesses like mine, for instance.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And people in local government, that's their charge. They've been told, they get paid to kind of look after, particularly the economic development team, to look after businesses in their area. So that's a question,
Yep.
right? So an architect, again, the follow-up question might be, hey, thanks for connecting. What sort of stuff do you normally work on? Blah, blah, blah. You'll know the basic question, but it's really just a follow-up email to say, hey, thanks for connecting. Sometimes you might literally want to be, hey, I want to be, it's just could be somebody that you've, um, often people stand up and sort of say, I want to be connected to such and such. You can look those people up, right? And then if you do want to be connected with them, then it's not too much of a step to then say, hey, what about we catch a coffee or have a coffee
Yeah.
sometime, and just have a chat, find out a bit more about, how we might be able to help one another. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
No,
because
I get
as
it.
I said, this is the second, it's a very good resource, particularly for business networkers, because it's a relationship first type thing. It's not about selling, it's about relationship. Create the relationship and the sales will come, you know what I mean, or the
Yep.
referrals, whatever it is that you're chasing. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the steps. So you reckon that's easy enough? You can continue to sort of work on that sort of stuff. Just continue to building. As I said, that's a kind of a bit of homework, but you'll never it'll never be wasted time. Well, unless you spend hours on it every week. But just as I said, maybe set yourself a challenge. You might finish up wanting to connect with 20 people a week, 50 a month, whatever it might well be. But continue to build, because by continuing to build, more and more people start to know about your business. Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet. And we've shown you how you can then invite them into the company, and as it looks like you've still got 100 or so you could actually invite. So anybody that probably wants you to do good in business, just invite them in. Um, so if you go to Facebook, you can do something similar. And a lot of B&I people do use Facebook in the way probably LinkedIn is intended. And you've probably done this already, but on the right-hand side, there's the three dots under search, underneath the search one.
Yep.
Yeah. And see how it's got invite friends. So basically, well, it looks like you've not done this necessarily, right? So Facebook actually makes it easy. So if your friends are legitimate friends that like you and want you to probably do well in business, you can almost select all of them, unless there's ones you think, well, that's pointless because I don't like them or whatever the case might be. I don't know,
Yeah.
but the reality is, you're fortunate, but particularly when Adrian and I are setting up businesses from scratch. In fact, we did that last week, didn't we, Adrian, with Dimmy?
Yeah.
Right. So, so when you're able to do what you're doing here, that means you can go from zero to 100 or so in a hurry. Whereas you've already got a few hundred, so this is just cream on top of your cake, which is good, right? So it's clearly already people are following your company. It's quite interesting that a lot of those people actually aren't your friends and family. Probably handy because I remember when I first had my one, and my mum and dad would be commenting on things, and I'd go, "Oh, mum, come on."
Yeah.
You have to kind of educate some people what's appropriate and what's not. The same thing for me. I mean, in fact, you can invite people to you can invite your friends to any Facebook page, whether you're actually an admin or not. On LinkedIn, you can't. But Adrian and I can invite our connection. But clearly, the most powerful person to invite to a company is the owner because they know the most about it, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah. But I will do it often if I think, particularly when it's fellow BNI. So it's fellow BNI because I think there's advantages in them following the company as much as anything, just so they can see what we're doing for you. But also when it is other ones that we've worked with that are in related fields, that make sense. So we've got a couple of so I work with another architect actually, Brian, who's up in the north of near Tulla. He's got, did I tell you that last time? New Edge Design is his
No.
business. Yeah, so he'd be one for you to connect with too. Yeah. Just because of the benefit, we'll let you go through this and it won't take you long to get to the bottom.
No.
It's a few sort of business type names that I'm familiar with there. So it looks like there is a few B&I types there.
Oh, 100%.
Adrian, did you want to have a look in Pulver and just check that you should be able to see all the links now? And I did the
Yeah, I
watermarks
saw
as
you
well.
saw the email come through,
I
but I'll
did. You
double
get an
check.
email as well. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Is James Graham a body corporate? What does James do?
James Grimmer used to be a business coach.
He's also out your way, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he left BNI though.
Okay. What are you working on at the moment, Doug?
Got a Forest Hill, and I got Frankston, which are not as close together as I like, and are causing me issues. But we're getting there.
Uh, what do they
So
call that?
yeah,
So it sounds like you got surf and turf.
pretty much. Yeah,
That's not a bad thing.
pretty much. That one.
Steak
That one.
sandwich for lunch, fish and chips for dinner.
Yeah, it's a bit that way. That one. That one.
All the links are in Pub with Steve.
Awesome. Yeah, you can see them all. Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
Pablo just made me do the two-center authentication.
Two-factor did it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh really?
That's
you
interesting.
never used to do it, but
It's interesting with that. in actual fact, I even made it for Doug that you don't have to do it. One thing that we do have, we'll get to your meta actually. We'll let you do this. We'll do a couple of B2B ones on Instagram and Twitter. Twitter's the one you're going to probably need to spend a bit of time on because up until now you haven't had it.
Yep.
But it's okay. Again, you just do it. They'll probably just do the same sort of people that you can find that are on Instagram. It's more
Yep.
business to business rather than people when you're looking at those ones. Uh, but yeah, what I was going to say is, it is worth having double factor authorization for your meta just because it's sooner or later. I've had people where I've worked with them years ago, and
So
then
if we're going to do that, how do we set that up?
yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you how to do that once we get that time. So
Yep.
let's just have a look at quickly. So Instagram, if you just go to Instagram, if you do a search, just to put in your. So I can see already you got. You've probably done a lot of work here actually by the looks.
I don't have a private Instagram account. I
No,
only have
so
one.
so that's right. So they're sort of connecting because they know you, and
Yeah.
that's it. So let's do a search though, and do it. What's your chapter B and I? Would they have a LinkedIn? Oh, sorry, an
So
Instagram page.
B and I, it's business developers, I think.
Does that look like you?
Well, someone's posting in it.
Okay, they're recent, and oh yeah, there's Mick and stuff. Yeah, so that's it. So scroll up.
When was the
So
last?
you
When
can
was that?
you're already following them, so you
That
can.
was 27 weeks ago.
Oh,
So
okay. So someone was active, but they've stopped. But see how there's 19 followers. Just check on who those followers are, and then you can already see that it's probably going to be a lot of the ones you're already following by the looks. But there might be one or two Johnny come latelys. Performance advantage, growth advantage. Don't know who they are, but anyway, if there is fellow B and I's, that sort of thing, it's
yeah,
not probably the one that for you. Instagram, you've got a plenty enough following, so clearly people already know of Doug. But the good thing about both Instagram and Twitter, you can look at who other relevant people are following. So
yeah,
and then you just go follow, follow, follow until it tells you slow down. You look like a robot. So you just got to
yeah,
be a little bit careful around it. But so if you go to Twitter. Um, I doubt you. I doubt your page has a Twitter, but B and I East, mate. Well, you could just do. I don't know if I did B and I Australia, but if you type in B and I Australia, you can click on them. Oh, you're already following, but you just have a look at who B and I Australia. So the problem is that they're following 575. Um, maybe more as the ones like what did we say? Knox. Have a look at Knox. Type in Knox on the right hand side just to help place you. So in the
yeah.
search on the right, you do Knox City Council. Yeah, the third one down by the looks. That's the top one now. Yep. So see how again, it probably doesn't hurt to have a surrounding council as well, but you want to follow them, so give them a follow. And then remembering they're probably going to be following a lot of local stuff. So if you look at they're following 584 rather, yeah. So that, as I said, you could go through and follow as many of those things that help place you that are relevant, but also then the other thing is anything building industry related, any B&I industry related, all that sort of stuff, right? So without spending much time on that for now, it's just the same as what has been done in the past on your
Yep.
Instagram. Yeah. So you now have an account. You didn't before, but now you have it. The only way you're really likely to build a following is by following others, which is what you've done in the past. In fact, I think you almost have more followers than you're following, right? But particularly things like what's the industry body? Is there an
Oh, HIA,
yeah,
DBA,
yeah. So it's
all
worth
that kind of
following
stuff.
them. It's worth following them. So even if you do the search HIA, um, yeah, or maybe you might have to write what it actually is, so what it stands for. HIA, housing. There it is, the top one. Yeah. So that's Australia one. You got Master Builders Victoria on the right-hand side as well.
Right.
Underneath that, yeah, property council, those sorts of things. So yeah, it's just following a logical, and then you can look at any of these ones. You can look at the who's the housing industry following. You know, who's following the housing industry. Kind of go either way. Yeah. There it is. Your building authority. And probably the last. So were you okay? And as I said, you can,
Yeah, I
you know,
get it.
even growing that out from your council and out. I know you don't want to go too far, right? With your
Yep,
builds
correct.
normally. So that eastern corridor or
Yep,
down to southeast, um, yeah, do that. Um, then you can do the same on Facebook. I don't know if you've done it in the past, but if you go back to Facebook page and maybe just switch back into it. So go switch now.
On the left-hand side.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then hit that Meta Business Suite again on the left. At the bottom, sorry, at the bottom and on the left. More
yeah.
tools. Yeah, yeah. And then where it says all tools underneath insights, just click on all tools. Yeah. And then it's got business feed. So engage audience business feed. So this is the equivalent of Twitter and Instagram where you've got a feed, right? So you can pretty much, so far what it's showing in here. So again, if you go back to Facebook to the left of this one, so it's sort of showing you followed pages. Actually, you can click on see all on the right hand side. See how it's got followed pages on the right? Click on see all, who you're already following.
Yep.
So it looks like you've done a bit of this work in the past, but this is where you go in to do it. And the way so at the moment you're sitting in as Blackwell Construction. If you go to the Facebook tab to the left of where you're in at the moment, just the top up on the top to
That
that
one.
one, yeah, click on that. If you type in the search and you do Housing Industry Association or Master Builders Victoria, one of those ones top on the left hand side where it says search, yeah. There you go. Click on that. You probably already follow. Oh, no, you're not. So this would be liking it as your business, and that means it will start appearing in your feed as well, and they get a notification that you're following them, right? So
Yeah.
you could do the same thing for any other associations, any BNIs, all that sort of stuff. Follow them as your page, yeah, and that way they start to get, yeah, it brings you to their attention to some degree, yeah. There it is.
Already
You
followed
already
them.
got that one, yep. Cool. All right. Have I missed anything, Adrian? So we've gone through, I think, each one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we've got it. So let's
Go to the
now.
ad account now. Is that what you're thinking? Or
I reckon what we do, yeah, let's go into Facebook ads next, I reckon. So my gut feeling is that if you go to one of those metas, maybe the meta next to Instagram, actually, or the one next one to the left, actually. This one would be okay. Oh, no, actually, go back to the one you were just in. Go back to the middle one. Yeah. All right. On the left-hand side, under pages, click on ad accounts for me. See if there's anything there already. Um,
Hang on.
ad accounts, under pages. Yeah, click on that. No, there's not. Okay. Have you ever boosted a post before?
No,
Never done anything. Okay, well, that's good.
no, have no intention of doing any of it.
Okay, no worries, because I think you've said that to us before, right, as well. You're just really about posting just so that you look professional and all that sort of stuff.
Correct. This is not about literally not about trying to generate any
Yeah, that's it.
income
So it's
at all because I'm too busy as it is. I
yeah.
just need to look a lot more professional than what I do.
Yeah. So we still reckon it's good to create it because then we can look at what a saved audience would look like and that sort of stuff. So we'll create it
Yep.
so that if in the future anything changes, whatever, let's
Yep.
just go in there, click on that one, and we're going to go create a new ad account. And yeah, so that's okay. So we just call it Yep. So Blackwell Construction, and do Australia, and which I think we're all the way down actually, rather than up. Yeah. So we're about 13 hours, are we? Maybe. I
It's 11 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. 11. You're right. And then do US. Sorry, AU. I should say. Yeah. All right. And then let's go next. And it's my business.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll put us all on that and just go manage ad accounts and go assign. I would go close. I think at the moment, given what you're saying, we probably don't. If you're not going to do any in the short term, I don't think you need to add payment info here. So you just go close. What does this say? Are you sure? Yeah, go exit. Yeah. I still think you can do everything. All I would say is it's where we normally it's what normally when we tell people are adding it there. If you go to that, also remember I sent you an email that would say Easy Debit.
Yep.
If you can go and have a look at that one, um, and just put what you want to use in that payment information for me, that would be great.
Yep.
Even if you just do it by the end of today, but if that would be good. That sound okay?
Yep.
Yeah, so just if you search Diffy or Easy Debit, you'll find it after the invoices. So if you set that up, then I don't have to sort of follow up side of things. So that would be good. Um, in here, though, what I'll get you to do, so we've created that. It's interesting that it didn't. So see how it's only put. So on the right hand side, I get you to go add people as well. Under that, on the right hand side, it's only putting you in there at the moment. So I'll get you to click on yeah, and just go assign and go done. No, that's weird. All right.
Maybe reload the page or
Could try reloading the page, but I wonder why. Yeah, just leave it for now. Actually, what we could do is I've actually got it open on my end. I wonder whether I can see add account. Let me try. Um, Given what we're talking about, it's probably neither here nor there, but add accounts. Yeah, actually, I think we can. I can probably at my end. Let's see what happens if I do it. Add everybody, manage, and assign. There you go. Now try refreshing it. There you go. That's added. Then let's go. In the top left, there's a little hamburger. Oh, actually, before we leave this, let's copy this URL up the top so we know where to find your, at least that's been created. So copy that and put that into Basecamp for me. Sure. I forgot to tell you you didn't. Anyway, we'll just do hit end. Don't let me forget, or Adrian, one of
to add
you,
the comment,
to
yeah,
add the
before we
comment at the end of
finish.
the day. So let's go back to that Metabox one, which I think is next to Instagram, is it? Yeah, that one there. And then let's go to the hamburger above business settings on the left-hand side, the three lines. That's it, yeah. And then let's click on Ads Manager first. And here you just go, close that part. Here you just go, no, you're not you don't focus on politics or national importance. Just go no there. And in actual fact, it's that URL up the top up to the 57. You don't need the and global scope, I don't think. So in actual fact, just copy the whole thing and just paste it into Basecamp and we'll tidy it up later. That's your actual ads manager account. But there's a lot of gobbledygook on that. But anyway. Okay, cool. Then let's go back to that one there. Yep. And then if you go to the little 3 lines at the bottom again. So yeah, underneath on that left-hand side, but the 3 lines further down, all tools. Click on all tools, yeah, and then we're going to go. Should we do audiences next? I reckon. Yeah, just keep going. We're going to create a saved audience. Yeah. You can call it 23-24 or even 2024 if we're not going to be doing, probably not going to use it, but yeah, so 2024 Blackwell construction. Yeah. And see where it says Australia, underneath it's got include. Can I get you to type what your street address or a main street in Baronia where you are? And you know what? The Baronia Hotel probably doesn't hurt, even if you click on that. That's probably, that'll be it. Yeah, so with that, you go to Frankston. So you could probably click on the little arrow and make it so that you go 15 mile. So the arrow, sorry, where it says Forest Road, Melbourne, Victoria, click on that drop down there and just, you could bring it out a little bit more. Yeah, we just don't want to get into Melbourne per se, right? Because that becomes, all of a sudden, the audience becomes pretty huge. I reckon make it no more than 17 or maybe do 16. Yeah.
Fuck. There you go.
That's it. That's kind of all right. You probably do go outside of that, but what we could do is, do you want to go? Do you do into Port Melbourne?
I try not to. It's too far.
Okay. So, well, that's kind of my point. So but the only thing is, you do Frankston, right? So it's too far because it makes you go into the city. Is that what you're thinking?
No, what the problem is it's travel time. We work on travel time,
Yeah,
not distance. So, and the closer I head towards the city, the longer it takes me to get there.
For the sake of this, just make it 12 mile. Because 12 miles, what, 20? Well, it's 18K probably. For the sake of this, just make. Is it? We're only really doing this for just in the future as much as anything, right? So, but if we were to, probably what we'd do, just so you could get Frankston, you actually use an address in Frankston as well. So,
Oh, I'm not too fussed about it.
yeah, so that's okay for now. So let's just scroll down.
That's looking pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, so
with you.
let's just scroll down a little bit further on that sidebar for me. That's
Which
in,
one? This one?
yeah, that's it.
Yep.
And then what age do we normally start talking to Doug? We'd be in our 20s.
Yeah. Like I would probably be going about there.
Okay. And do we ever stop talking to Doug, or old people still do things?
Give me 2 secs.
All right.
G'day. Yep. I've got no idea. No. He just went and played. He doesn't go and do it anyhow. He goes and plays with his friends. I think it's finished. I think it was only going for 4 weeks, and I think it's finished. I'm in a meeting. Can I go? Bye. Righto, back again, boys.
All right, all good. Yeah. So in the detailed targeting, we've got 30 to 65 plus. We're not going to set an upper age, right? So
No.
So let's go into detailed targeting. Let's next one down underneath languages. And let's scroll down a little bit further so we can get a bit of visibility.
Okay,
If you
that's
can.
it.
That's it. Okay. Then
That's
we're
it.
going to write in new home.
Why? I don't want new homes.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, what do you want? Sorry.
Renovations, extensions.
Okay. So home renovation. Write that. Or renovation. Yeah, renovation construction. Just click on that. And then Yeah, now you should be able to scroll down. So if you click on extension, a home extension or something, neither of those things, is it? No. Construction and extraction, no. So click on no, click on suggestions. Because maybe the language at time is American type language, but if you go suggestions, it'll hopefully come up with a few things for you. See on the right, yeah, that's it. Home construction, yeah. In a way, given what I reckon the size and given where we're at with this stuff, just out of
Yeah.
interest, just with those three things,
Mhm.
how big's this audience? Just scroll up the top with the sidebar. And for the sake of it, if we're not using it, it doesn't really matter anyway. It's already quite big. So clearly there's a bit of hold all in that. So I just go create saved audience, right? So then if we're ever using it, we just might come back to it and we'll just determine what else we need to consider with it, right?
Yep.
So let's again just go to the bottom three lines for me. Yeah. And just click on Events Manager. And go, you can just go close if you don't need to worry about that. Yeah. And we just click on, there's a connect data, that blue button in the middle, and go web. And then go connect. So even though you're not advertising, so we'll call this 2020, well, we can call this 2024 as well, really. By the time the website's up and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, construction, and go create. And copy your URL into there.
Which one?
So your website,
Oh, okay.
which is open, I think, is it second from the left? So you're going to give this to Mick. Does he have the keys to your current website as well?
Should meant to.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, back to the briefcase next to the Instagram.
Yeah, is that what we want? Yep.
Yeah, put that in and then go check. And then go next. And then go maybe the top one. Go next. What's this about your team? Let's go skip. Don't know what the heck that is. Go skip on that one. Okay, let's go. Tell us. Well, we don't. We want to just find the email. Just go. No technical. I just go technical support available. The second from the top. There you go, and then go next. Skip.
Skip.
What the hell is this stuff? Skip. Okay. What is this saying? AP. Your setup method. Just go get started. I don't know why this is saying all these things, and just close this, and just go set up conversions API, set up metapixel. Click on that set up metapixel one, yeah, and then go email instructions for me on the right, yeah. And I would send this actually to Mick, so just put in Mick's email. But we're also going to copy and paste stuff. So even if you need to copy and paste Mick's email into there, at least he'll know he got it. He'll be like, where did this come from? Yeah. And then just the next line down, copy that pixel ID number, copy that and just paste that into Basecamp for us. Cool, good one. And then go back to that suitcase. And then where it's got the base code, I want you to copy that 14 lines of whatever it is, that stuff there. Because that's what Mick's actually going to use. And put, yeah, he's going to put that behind the website. We'll get him to put it behind the current one and the new one.
Okay. So where do you want
Yeah,
to
and
put
then
it?
just paste that back into Basecamp as well. So that's the bit of code. Then if he comes asking, I can give it to him or Adrian as well. So that's it. And then we go back to that, and we just go send and done. And that's really all we need to do on your ads manager for now, because we're not.
Okay.
The main thing is that we can track what's happening, how many people are going through the website and that sort of stuff, even though
Yep.
we're not promoting. So then the last thing to look at, we're doing pretty good. So is really we want to post every second day. So let's go to your website, your current website, and recognizing it's going to change. But normally, so realistically, yeah, so scrolling down. So there are actually a lot of gallery images. Those gallery images, are they usable for the time being? You still happy for us to use those current gallery images?
Yeah. Where do you want me to? I've got shit tons of photos and stuff I can drop into
Okay,
you.
well, let's talk about that in a second then. That's good. So, but you were sort of saying, even if you shared the Dropbox, your Dropbox back with us, is that where you're keeping it or is it in some
No,
other sort of
OneDrive.
drive?
OneDrive.
It's in OneDrive. Well, you could share the link on OneDrive to us as well,
Yep.
couldn't you? Yeah.
Yep.
So do that. Well, the other thing that,
Literally, like the other thing is, like, tell me what you need. Tell me what works.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
can
So
start.
so
So what I normally do is have my phone linked to my OneDrive. So we're backing up my photos from OneDrive
yeah.
to um,
So the
so that
absolute,
you
yeah.
have, because I only ever take work photos. Sometimes you'll see pictures of my kids. Don't put those up. That's
No, no,
it.
no. The absolute best thing for us would be I'll show you actually while we're in this part. So if you go to Publer now, up the top, Publer next to Meta, which so
This
yeah,
one?
so Publer, which is the green one, yeah.
Yeah, I've got two.
If you click, if you where at the moment it's got Blackwell free. If you click on that drop down, you've now been invited into our one. So
Yeah, sorry. Yep.
top right. I actually refreshed. Did you have to accept that invitation, Adrian?
No, I just had to log in again.
Okay. So try it again. Oh, there you go. So click on your professional. So now you've been added into that, right? Um, if you on the left hand side under calendar, it's got media library, right? So under calendar. So if you could just drop and drag whatever you want us to have access to,
Okay.
that would really help us, right? So you you can actually put Publer on your phone, so you could do the same thing on your phone if you just want to select and put them in there along those lines. There is an app, but clearly, if you've got it on OneDrive, you might just want to select the ones that you want to use, and then just drag them across. That would be really
What type of stuff do you want?
well. The
What type of stuff?
reality is, so well. Let's talk about what the schedule looks like. So the thing is, yeah. Well, you've just done a lot, right? So, um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, we, given what you've done, so if let's talk about the schedule. So you've got, so we use a particular where we're taking information from the website, right? So if you go
Yep.
to your website again, so clearly, if you your website second from the left, so clearly the first thing we'd probably talk about every week is your services. So if you
Yep.
so services, you've got renovation and restoration. You've told us you're not really going to do maintenance, right? So
Correct.
let's go to Basecamp, and and in Basecamp, all you're going to write for us, scroll down underneath that pixel code. I'll just get you to write services. Um, services equals restoration and renovation, right? Yeah. that sounded like a lot of tapping, and then it didn't move along. Oh, there you go. There you go. Renovation extensions. All right. So if you go back, so then the next line you're going to have about us, right? So we don't create anything, as in Adrian's not going to come up with any wording or anything along those lines. He's going to be pointing and looking at what the website tells him that you do, right? So underneath the services, you're going to write about us / why us. Yeah. So why us is often, yeah, why us. The other thing we know that you've got is, so if you go back to your website then as well, yeah, at the top, about clients. So what's clients? What's under clients? If you click on clients, what does that show us? Okay, clients. Right. The only problem with this is we don't know which one is their house or which one is their property. So there's no images on there. On your new website, will it have some images of showing who they are? Huh? Apparently, yeah. So it's a bit tough for us to do it unless you were to label it, unless we knew which one's related to them.
Yeah.
So we can't really use clients per se. What's news? What's under news?
Nothing.
Okay, click on it for us.
Like it's about plumbing and stuff, which has got nothing to do with us.
Okay. Know your tradie plumbers. Okay, yeah, that's not very good. So then under about us, is that only got the one tab? Blackwell construction, So there's got got that. Doug, Phil. Okay, so you got staff, that sort of thing. That's okay. There's plenty of. Are they all still with us? As in, not alone.
David's my brother, and Matthew's my other brother.
Yeah.
The two Marks have left.
So they've left. So that's probably something just to make a note with about us. Just make a note of who's left. So just yeah, as in not yeah, both Marks have left. Okay. So then under that, what we do know you've got is Google reviews. So, there's probably, I think you've got a lot of them, haven't you?
That's around 20.
20. Okay, well, there's 20 weeks worth of posting at least. So potentially, if they're all good. But sometimes there's no words in them. That's the only thing. But so certainly a good few months. So, and then to answer your question, I think Adrian said, is there a video that's been done?
Or what do you mean video?
Did you say you were creating a video? Have you had a
I think before we left the last meeting, you were showing us some video or something.
Yeah. How come I can't drop any more photos in Canva? The thingo.
It doesn't allow you to add any more. It should.
I tried to add some more because I've found more, and I was trying to add them, and
okay.
I tried to drag and drop, and it won't let me drag and drop.
Click back on that's all, folks. So click back on Media Library, or click back on Publer and then go back to Media Library. Because then the other thing is, as Adrian posts, like if he was to post that picture of you and the team, or even you, then they'll also get added into the Media Library as they get posted as well. So that, yeah, so see if you click on Add Media again and try again, and then you can just select or drag and drop into there.
So if I just drag onto the Add Media, will it work?
I don't know.
It should try.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's made Adrian's job a lot easier and a lot quicker, right? So, but yeah, so normally, often we're just posting one photo, right? But clearly, if we've got a lot, we could be doing 2 and 3 at a time in a post. But normally, it would be talking about the only thing with these ones. So clearly, there's no befores; it's all afters, right? From the look of these, yeah.
Oh, I've got durings. I've got everything.
I don't think we need any of those for the type of posting we're going to do. We just kind of sell the dream, sell the sort of what does the after look like mostly. I'm
Yep.
thinking, yeah. So because depending on what your finished product's going to look like from a as far as your website too, but probably your website you want to particularly when you start to see that, particularly with your case studies and all that sort of stuff, you want to start having a few of the these photos added to your website as well. Yeah. So
I was going to say, perhaps as well, if you have any more photos of the team in their their Blackwell construction tops and stuff like that.
Not really.
Not really. Okay, just the ones that you got on the website.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you can I get you to go back to the website for us, Doug?
Yep.
Because maybe the thing is, if you click on services again for me up the top, and our services, so and scrolling down, you trust. Okay, so there's not much there. So scroll up again. So our service. Oh yeah. So on the left, if you click on then renovation. Okay, renovation's got at least you know which picture at the moment's being associated with it, Adrian. So scrolling down a little bit further, there's not probably too much on that. Okay, again, there's a little bit. I know then it skips down into the other stuff. But we don't want to talk about maintenance as well. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
So yeah,
Correct.
so again, you might want to make a note. Oh, actually, I think you already did that.
I think you already made a note.
Yeah, made note, no restoration. I yeah, it's about us, why us? Yeah, so at the moment, that's it's a bit skinny, but we don't really know what the website's going to look like. So it's probably going to be okay for the first month or two, and then we'll have a new website, and hopefully that's got a little bit more wording and that sort of stuff too. Um,
Yep.
but at the moment, I'm thinking, Adrian, you'd go services, in other words, restoration and renovation. Um, Wednesday is sort of about us, who are we, why us, sort of thing. Your builder, and that can be almost your generic homepage as well as your about us page. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
The other one is shoot me stuff that you want information on. If you
yeah,
send me like, hey, answer these questions, I'll turn it into a post. Done.
yeah, but that's sort of not how it works. It's sort of you want to get the benefit of having SEO creepy crawlies and the keywords rather than social media's here today,
Oh,
gone tomorrow.
no, I understand that, but
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
need more information to
yeah.
make a post, ask me what you need.
Yeah, yeah. So, as I said, in terms of these things,
Because
there's
if you're just going to scroll the website, don't like. There's no point starting a post
yeah. So
because that website's wrong. This is what I keep saying.
right. So,
That's why we're paying for the website to get redone. Because
so,
that website is out of date and is
so
wrong.
the wording is not right, is what you're saying.
Some of the wording is, but it's like you've only got 3 posts in it.
So, what have you given him in terms of the wording then?
That's what we're working on now.
Um,
That's the problem.
yeah.
That's
So,
what's taking so long.
well,
Because
as you
Nick's coming
said,
back with wording.
yeah. Well, if that's the case, then you don't want people to sort of come um, to the website or look at it or look at this current website. Then you could be right. We might be worth holding on until the website is live, because otherwise we can't really, the amount of time it takes us to write a post, we kind of have to have the information that's available, that we're just going, restoration, with when we're using those actual words, and then we're telling them to come back to this page, right? So, we'd be saying Blackwell construction services include restoration with a parent, and we use those words that are actually written there, and then we take them back to this page.
Yeah.
That's what we'd be doing if
But
you.
like, you have a look at the website. Would you want us to be sending anyone to it?
Well, I think you're being harsh. I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't
Like,
stop me. I think it's not. Yeah,
like,
I
that whole bit there, right, is all about plumbing.
yeah. So
Not a
those stuff.
plumber.
Yeah, those stuff there. We're not going to talk about anyway. So we've worked that out. We'd only be taking him to the stuff and talking about the stuff that you are going to finish up. So straight away, so that sort of thing. So there's three. or sorry, 2 posts. The first starting post would be to go, let us help unlock the potential of value in your home, as far as renovation, and then the restoration, same thing, right? And then we've got images that we can use. But yeah, it's sort of horse and cart thing. If you don't want people sort of looking and coming to your website as it is now, I mean, clearly, if we start now, the reality is you're going to be able to say, hey, you're also going to be able to tell them, look, our new website is once it's
Yeah,
launched and that sort of stuff, and all of a sudden the language and things would change anyway.
yeah, I'm more than happy to, but
Yeah.
like what I don't want is like looking at some of the posts coming up and going, well, that's not us.
Yeah, well,
You
that's
know,
the thing. So,
that,
so the problem there becomes
that's
if,
my
yeah.
that's my issue, because the last thing I want to do is start posting stuff that isn't like that I look at and go, well, that is not us.
Yeah. So, but that's right. So the only way that we can make sure that we only post something that's about you and is that you've already got it publicly visible as it is, which is what you've got with your website, right? So So that's all and we're really only writing a sentence or a little blurb each time, right? So we take it, we
Yeah,
use some images and we do a little blurb that we've taken from the website, and then we say contact Doug and the team or whatever to for your next restoration project, or we're using the reviews where we're doing a review post, and that's something that won't change. So that's where it is. That's the only one where we're sort of just doing a Canva type post for a review,
yeah,
where we're actually taking it from Google, right? So it's what other
yeah,
people have said about you. So that post, not an issue. It's just the fact that as I said, I personally think, particularly if we're using the new imagery, you're going to start to give people this sense of the imagery, but the wording is, and let's face it, bugger all people do spend too much time reading through stuff in any case, particularly at the moment, as much as anything, you're just kind of wanting to make sure that your feeds or your home feed on your social pages start to look like the business that you are now, not the business that's been sort of portrayed by the current website.
yep,
So I think the language will probably improve as the new website when the new website comes online. But I don't think it's a reason not. If it was me, I don't think it's a reason not to probably start now. But
yep.
again, it's not my business. So we can do that if you want. We can hold till you're ready, till you think the website.
I'm not worried about holding. I'm worried about stuff going up that isn't right. That's what I'm. That's where my worry comes into it. Is stuff going up that isn't right.
But what on the website's not right? So if you go back to your
Hang on,
homepage,
I'm getting
if
something.
we're only looking at, say, the restoration
Hang
side,
on,
yeah,
hang on a second. I'm getting emails from a lot of people at the moment. I just saw
okay.
an email from YouTube. Is this a YouTube channel that you didn't know existed? Looks as this you was going for over 3 years. For reference, we have created a YouTube channel, YouTube blah blah blah, at Blackwell Construction featured. Who do you want me to forward this to so you can? That's from Alison. I told you we needed to keep her in the loop.
So Alison was sending
So
us.
she's already got to where something's going on and I don't know about it.
Uh, so Alison's got something going on and you don't know about it. Yeah.
No, we've done something. It's pinged something. I'm going to forward you the email. This is what I didn't want.
I wouldn't be too. Yeah, Alison and Pinpoint Local only focus on, as you said, the Google and the Google product.
I
Yeah,
I
I know.
understand what
Yeah,
I understand what you were saying.
yeah, yeah.
And obviously, they're obviously doing more and have put more in and done some other stuff because it's. She's just sent me an email about it. Adrian, I've just sent it to you, but it's easier.
Okay, I'll have a look.
You can forward it on to Steve. What's it saying I'm doing wrong here? Now send it to him.
But like I said, we're getting to that sort of pointy end where you're got to pick up kids and stuff too, right? So,
Yeah,
I guess as we have a particular way of posting where we're just grabbing little sound bites from the website. I think
yeah,
I think it's possible to do that at present without getting information wrong. But I guess the only way, and realistically, even if we do, you can edit it. But again, it's someone's time, and we don't want to waste people's time by then putting one lot out and then realizing, um, uh, yeah, that what's gone out um, isn't necessarily correct, right? So. Um, I don't know if she been doing any had she been sending updates through on your Google page? I
yeah.
thought
She
she had.
sends updates through every month.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So what?
so
Yeah,
from what the email that she's said is the other YouTube channel is the one that they created, and we just uploaded the the new YouTube channel into Google. So just the link that's in Google.
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So
Right. Oh, can one, because she's going to ask me a lot of questions I'm not going to be able to answer, right?
yeah. So well, Adrian,
Can
you've now
you,
got
and
her.
one,
Yeah, you've now got
and one of
her.
you give her a call and run through what we're doing and make sure we're not stepping on anyone's toes and keep her in the loop.
Yeah, no, we're not stepping on anyone's toes, but like you said, is yeah, we can even add her into the Bates camp in terms of sending the messaging through that sort of things. But the reality is, I think if she may have created the new one, that was the one
So
that had no subscribers though.
so
But
the only
probably what we
thing
might want
that
to
I
do is
can
upload the other video into the one that she may. Has she ever uploaded the video into the other one?
yeah. So she uploads some reviews to it from the looks of it and some small videos to the other YouTube channel. So the only thing we need to do is to change which YouTube channel is featured in Google. Then there's no issues there because we're not going to be
Although,
uploading to YouTube.
yeah, but then the issue then is Doug's basically got two YouTube channels and one's been branded and one hasn't.
There was two YouTube channels before we started.
There was,
We
that's
just
right. But
updated one of
yeah,
them
that's right. But we updated the one that actually
that
that
Alison is not
had some
using.
following, right? So had probably been around. So if you click on your Google, if you do go back to YouTube, there for us, yep. So essentially, this is the one. If you go, what we probably should do and could do, maybe the better way is to actually add her onto this one.
She's already been posting to the other one. I think that's
Yeah.
what.
But again, probably makes sense at least to add her onto this so she's got both, right? So
So
that's the
what do we
first thing.
get? How do I add
Yeah,
her
so
onto
if you
this?
go into at the top right in the settings, top right, and you go to your icon, sorry, the little icon on the top right there, yeah. And then go settings. And so go
Add or manage channels in the middle.
yeah, go. Well, the first thing I want to just do is go. Oh yeah, let's go add or manage channels first. Yeah, let's go that. Good idea. And then let's click on the other one, which is the one she must be talking about, right? Which is sort of not being. It's an incomplete YouTube channel, but so as I said, so if you click on the B on the right hand side, I think yeah. So on the B again with your the little green B, and then go view your channel up the top. View your channel, yeah. And that's not it though,
No,
is
no,
it?
no. That's not the one.
That's not the one she's done.
So the one that she's talking about is the one that I did find in the audit. So let me just. I've got it open. I'll copy it and put it into the
Put
chat.
it in the chat. But then potentially, does that mean that Doug doesn't have access to that one?
Well, obviously not from this Google account that he's got logged in.
Hmm.
So I've just added that link into the chat.
Yeah, I've just clicked it. If I drag it over here and drop it there.
Yeah, so I would go in as so with that one. So again, on the right hand side, just click and go to and change accounts that you're in. So switch account to the one we've created. So clearly the B one doesn't. So click on the B on the top right, and just go, sorry, down to settings. Go to settings at the bottom. Yeah, and then just go add or manage your channels, and then click back on the middle one, the Blackwell one. Yeah, and then if you even if you right click on the Blackwell construction featured, sorry, no, sorry, in the, you know how you just copied that link, can you copy that link and paste it into the URL up the top on this one?
Hang on, which one?
So the link that Adrian shared into the chat box in Whereby, if you just copy the link and then just paste it into the URL. So go back to Whereby on the other screen, I think.
Hang on. What do you want me to do?
So Adrian pasted, and I
Yeah,
think
I've
you,
copied it.
yeah, so just paste it into there. Yep. So just paste it and then just go enter. Yeah. And then, so you're already subscribed to that one, right? So she's added things into there, but how do you access? Can you just need to send her an email as to and ask her what how do you get access to this one that she's created? So because you're on these two channels, you've only got access to the one that we've updated. This one wasn't an option. So you're not on this one. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. So potentially it's because you have a different email that is associated with this one, and you'd need to sign into that email. I imagine that's the most likely. Um, so maybe just send her an email or reply to that email, and we can update it to this if that's clearly there's some other content on there. And there is some subscribers to this one. It's roughly the same, right? But
Yep.
there is 10 videos on it, and if it's the one
Yep.
that's intended to be used,
Yep.
then there's two things: is you need to be added or know how to be on it, and
Yep.
we would probably want to be on it too. Although maybe we don't need to be on it if she's doing stuff on it for you.
Yeah. So like this is what we said from the conversation. I didn't want her to send me an email like I just got.
Yeah, but that's probably good for you to find out because at the moment,
100%. But it would have been
yeah,
good for you guys to touch base with her, which is what I asked. So I didn't have. So this could have all been sorted before it came to me.
oh yeah, well, I
Now
don't know
I'm
if
gonna
that's yeah.
now because I've already missed a phone call from her. So now I'm gonna have to go and make a phone call about what's going on.
But is that our fault though? In terms of when we do the checklist,
No,
is to basically put it through. So in
no,
terms of
but I didn't say it was anyone's fault. But all I
yeah,
asked
it's just
was, hey, can
but
we make it sure she's kept in the loop so I don't have this problem?
yeah, but it's
Her
often the case
husband
is what
gives me
yeah,
her husband gives me a lot of work, and I
yeah,
sit with her in a room every Wednesday.
yeah,
She is a close personal friend.
awesome.
I
So it's
just I
yeah,
just wanted her to be kept in the loop so something like this didn't happen.
but this isn't what's happened here is it hasn't created an issue. All it is it's identified the fact that there's an account at the moment, a YouTube account, that the emails that are associated with your Google account isn't associated with. That's all we've identified, and that happens every time we do a setup. So so realistically, um, the good thing is it's actually associated with your YouTube. It's not you're at least got access to your Google My Business. So really, it's just highlighted something that you could chat with her and say, well, okay, what email? She'll be able to show you what email is associated with this one, and then if you want to have us so that we can use those emails, realistically, we just want people to be pointed. So if this is the one it should be pointed to, we'll just make sure that that's the one that's sitting in the various ones that it points to. That's not an issue, as I said. So if you copy the YouTube address actually at the top there, put it into Basecamp, and then you can probably add the comment then as well, because just being mindful of time. So yeah, if you paste that in, so we'll make sure that that's the one on Google, which is the main one. Is Google is the only one that we added in, which is why she would yeah. So it's just is the one that we want people to point to. But you need to just ask Alison, what is your email associated with that account? because at the moment you can't sign into it from what we can see. So it's just a question you could just ask her. Just say, "Oh, what's my email associated with this YouTube account?" I'm going to presume you're the owner, but it's just probably, as you said before, your other one was using your Big Pond. So she's probably signed you up to this one potentially using the Google or the or even your Doug at email potentially. But yeah, Doug, maybe as I said, the only email we could, the only website or content post we could probably do at this point in time is almost creating them from the Google reviews that you've actually got, where we could share them to the other sites. Um, if yeah, I probably, if you're not comfortable around the website and then sharing it across to the social sites at this stage, maybe just let's wait till mix. And you've got a feel for what the website's going to look like, and you're comfortable with all the wording and the visuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Right.
then what we can do. So we've done our, everything's basically good to go. So Adrian can start scheduling. Well, realistically, the anticipation we were going to schedule pretty much from tomorrow onwards. But realistically, what we can do is we'll just wait for your green light on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We can give a suggested, as I said, largely it probably won't change what we'd suggest. We would probably still be posting services one day about us and why us the next, or types of projects, case studies maybe. And then Friday would be the reviews, and we'd just be sharing it across those 5 channels basically. And you've already got the you've loaded a lot of pictures in there as well. So yeah, as I said, it's just probably a matter. So at the bottom of this, see there's a green one. You can just hit add comment, and and what I can do on the easy debit side of things, I'll just take out any management until we know when we're going to start.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I just don't want the wrong stuff getting put up. I have a inset fear of people putting up stuff because they think it's right and it's not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. My only thing would be for you is that there's a lot of those pages, particularly as we start inviting people in. Some of them have never had a post on, and others haven't
Yeah.
had a post for 2 years, and they don't look professional. So
That's right.
realistically, those imagery,
That's what I want to fix. That's what
yeah,
I want to fix.
yeah.
But
So
putting up
that's why I'm saying
misinformation
to
is
you,
worse than putting up no information.
yeah, that's why I'm saying to you, by giving us those photos, and even just looking at the sorts of updates that Alison has been doing, they're very they're just little overview sort of things. So we wouldn't do any different realistically. It'll start to just give you already by changing the covers. Clearly, they've got a slightly different feel, but by posting the new imagery, as I said, it'll just immediately have that look and feel, and people will start saying, "Oh, we can see that something's happening, right?" Um, the, my point is that, but I can't make that decision for you, as I said. So my point is your website, basically what you've explained, where you don't want things posted, people that are no longer there, you don't do maintenance. I think Adrian could get it pretty much right. And clearly on a Friday, if we're doing reviews, well, that we know they're going to be right. Yeah, so maybe maybe take a breath, and maybe in a week's time, let us know what you want to do.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right. Yep.
probably the best bet. All right. So I don't know if yeah, just at the bottom of this, if you go back to Basecamp for us,
Yep.
the Basecamp one, just the bottom, hit the add comment, and that way
Add
I
new
can
comment.
do the write up for both sessions, and so basically that'll come as 2 separate things. So basically, one will have all the links which you'd want to give to Mick. So I can include him, as I said, we can include him and Alison in emails if you
Please,
want.
if we could, that'd be great.
Yeah, we can do that as well. Yeah, so basically, um, the only thing I'd say is whether you're happy enough for them. Not that there's many, but there is a couple of the passwords. That's all. So it's only. But I don't suppose that you're going to be too worried if Alison and Mick has your Twitter password. Realistically,
Absolutely not
yeah,
at all.
that's right.
Like,
So that's
like,
probably at least your problem. So
yeah.
realistically, as I said, we can. If you forward me that email from Alison, then I'll have her
Yep.
email, and then and I have mixed details. So when I do the both write-ups, I'll just make a note that I've CC'd them into them. And couple are quite relevant, particularly for Mick around putting the pixel code behind the website, both websites, and that sort of stuff as well. All good.
Yep.
So you can probably,
What type of? I take it you want the biggest image possible. Is that correct?
as far as images,
Yeah, the most high res.
no, because
Probably more the medium res.
and what happens is the different social medias will actually take them down anyway. Sometimes, as Adrian showed before, even they can be too big, so they'll knock them down. They just need to be. I don't think it's an issue for you, but particularly when we're taking from websites, sometimes they're too small. But
Why
they
does it
need to be.
say
Too
file not
small is
accepted?
actually anything. So it just needs to be bigger than 350 by 350, which
Yep.
all of your images that you've just uploaded here definitely are going to be. Is maybe just one or two of those team type ones that I saw on the website may well not be, but we often can resize them as well. So yeah,
So,
all good.
yeah,
I can.
I'm
In fact, I
just.
reckon given our I'm going to put my cam back on because I reckon we've got through the loading. It seems like the Wi-Fi's at everybody's end's been perfectly reasonable. Yeah, so you're actually doing. We've got very few, so it's kind of makes our job very easy when we've got the imagery gallery. So you kind of on the one hand, you're you're in an unusual position where you've got a bucket load of imagery that we can use, but probably not the wording at the moment. So it's just probably getting some of the wording on the website so that you're 100% happy with where your website is.
Yep.
Once you've got that done, then realistically you're
Yeah.
you're
Like,
well and truly in
is
front.
is progress shots during a job good or not good or any of that type of
Well, we
stuff?
just
That's
have to
what I'm
know
trying to
what
get
it
to.
is. So I guess it's just how you would explain. So even so, doing this big photo dump is okay if we're using it just to sort of show. Because remember, we're going to be generally speaking, we wouldn't share more than four photos in a post, right? Forward's
Yep.
usually the maximum we'd do in a post. Certain ones, Google will only let you put one up. Twitter will only let you put four up. If we're doing video, you can just do one video. So, but often we're
Yep.
just doing one photo, right? So you're just taking a good photo, right? So if we're taking more than one, we usually try and, it might be that you have a bedroom, bathroom, front of house type. We might use some various views, right? But yeah, generally speaking, it's so if we're talking about renovations, then Adrian at the moment would have to look at, okay, well, that looks like a new renovation. I'm just going to take that photo, right? Because what the description on it is. But hopefully once we get the new website, this will say, well, this was a job that we did in Frankston, and
Yep.
here's some photos. And the photos will be associated. As I said, get the benefit from an SEO perspective as well as a social perspective by putting those photos. And you could
Yep.
put them on you have got a news feed, so you could put it in that news feed as well. Recent projects could be as part of the news rather than as well as case studies. You got case studies as well, but at the moment, imagery is. It looks like there's zero issue around imagery, Adrian. You've
Yeah,
got
there's lots of plenty to choose from there.
yeah.
It's just more of keeping everything more general now until the new website, and we're being more specific around what that job was or
Mm,
whatever it may be.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So at this stage, maybe you need to get a bit of a heads up from Mick where he's at with the website. And sometimes if he, it
You're
could be that.
probably telling me it's my fault.
Yeah, well, I imagine that can be the case. And often, to be fair, it generally is depending on if they're wanting the content. That's often the hardest part about creating a website, right? Is to get those words, around what you want to have. But yeah, um, the so but clearly if there is a development website, that's the other thing. I mentioned an
Right.
architect I was using a lot, where I was taking information, particularly wording information, from the development website that they actually never went ahead and did. um, and so then I finished up going back to their basic website, but I'd been able to use a lot of the imagery from the proposed new website. So yeah,
So according to Alison, do have access to, yes, give me a call when finished.
yeah,
Also
yeah,
good to work with your social media.
yeah, no,
So
you will, yeah,
yeah,
you'll have it.
It's most likely from your other email
But it'll just
address.
just
Yeah.
ask
yeah,
her what email it is that you have to sign in to get access to it. That's all.
yeah.
Yeah, but we'll
Um,
make sure that that's the one that's showing as the YouTube channel on Google,
yeah,
because clearly she's involved with that one as well. So
correct. And
yeah,
if she's posting there, it obviously does something that is beneficial. She wouldn't do it just for shits and giggles, put it that way.
oh yeah, no. But as I said, she probably wasn't aware that it's relatively new that you can add these social links, including the YouTube. And so we just happened to pick the new one rather than the one that
Yeah,
was already there. So it's all good.
yeah,
Yep. So, and as I said, we'll copy her in, and yeah, if you find that out with her, and then maybe just let us know. If not this week, maybe early next week, what you'd like us to do as far as start date around sort of any posting. And yeah, as I said, I'm happy to go with an Adrian. I'm sure similar. We can we can pick up. We're ready to go. We've already put you in the Publer.
yeah,
So it's all ready to go. You've clearly already loaded lots of pictures. So pretty much we can hit the trigger the moment you say so, basically.
yeah. I'm happy to start putting some. If you want to start putting some photos up and stuff, it's just it's
Yeah,
the information we're providing people that I need to make sure is like 100% right.
yeah.
Not
I'm thinking if Adrian's posting, and if you wanted us to post from next week, then it would just be an absolute less is more when it comes to the type of written information in the post. The written
yep,
information would be, you know, looking to do a renovation project, speak to
yep,
Doug, and
and that,
and then
yeah,
we would,
and I'm more than happy with that.
yeah,
Even if we even if we link to the website, because I'm going to get Mick to put website, new website coming, and
yeah,
then go
correct,
from
yeah,
there.
yeah. So I think that's a smart way to do it, just because of the fact that straight away your webs if you like, the social media tail is going to be ahead of the website dog.
Yep,
Effectively, your tail is all going to start looking the way the website's going to look. um,
yep,
so so that's okay. Sometimes that happens, the tail wags the dog.
yep,
And that's what had happened in this instance as well. So I'm not sure what I did on the easy debit. I have a feeling I've already done it that way. Is that we wouldn't that it's not till next week anyway.
yep,
Yeah. So, but I think Adrian, if you, as I said, because we did it together today anyway, um, Adrian pretty much can schedule the first post for Monday, and I'll have done the full write up by tomorrow, if not tonight, just so you know what's going on, and I'll CC the others into it.
yep. Perfect.
Or
Yeah,
awesome, mate.
make sure we CC Mick in
Yeah.
and Alison in, so everyone it's just as
They
long
can
as
be
everyone's on the
you
same
can have them
page.
on the project if they want to be. I mean, as I said, we can always include them in. I mean, but as I said, we can also just,
Like Mick just needs to be like Mick needs the information so he knows what to do, like what we're doing, so that his stuff isn't completely opposite of whatever we're doing.
yeah,
And Alison needs to be like around. Okay, well, this is what we've done. To kind of get brand alignment. This is what we're trying to do. This is where we're at. How
yeah,
are you going? What are you doing? And we'll go from there.
yeah. Well, I could see, and Adrian, if you were to have a look at the Google updates, um, it's exactly what I was talking about. They're almost little, very micro grabs of what Doug does, right? So bathroom remodeling, talk to us. You know what I mean? So they're just really using a few words, largely. The only difference, because Google has a few restrictions compared to the other channels, what Allison's unable to do is, as I said, multiple images is one issue, but also links. You can't have links and contact details and that sort of stuff, or they'll reject posts. Whereas all the other channels, that's not an issue. So, but yeah, at the moment we just keep it really simple, Adrian, in terms of what the post would look like. Yeah, but you'd still. So in other words, you'd have the contact. You'd have a really like almost a one-liner, and then and then the contact details and the hashtags. That's pretty much what you do on every one, I reckon. And then you've got the reviews, which they're ones you can easily do as well. So just we create a little template around them. Yeah.
Yep.
You're good with that, Adrian? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all good with that.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, well done. We made it. In fact, the good thing was with that, we didn't actually. There was no. My last couple, I've had a few hiccups around getting access to things. So today was good, albeit we selected the wrong YouTube, but everything else. Meta Business has been doing my head in the last couple of weeks, and so it was good that I had one today that it didn't do my head in. So it's good. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm taking it that we're going to start posting from next week then.
Yep. And yeah, whatever we need to do to fix that stuff with Allison would be great.
And keep an eye on it, Doug. As you said, if you do see stuff, you got any feedback, we're not going anywhere. The best way to reply to us is when I send these the write-ups, just reply to those emails, and then we'll both get it, and then we'll finish up being a bit of a thread. Yeah. So just so you know, if you've got any questions or feedback around that stuff.
Yep.
Awesome. Sweet.
Beautiful.
All right. Awesome. Well, enjoy Halloween trick or treat weekend. I got to pick up a 7-year-old from a Halloween party in about an hour and a half's time.
Oh, have fun with that.
All right. Well, there's a little red door on bottom right if you want to
beautiful
exit stage right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Doug.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.